Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning students. Welcome to the mathematics lesson. Before we start, let's pray together. Pray begin. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma alhimni rushdi wa idni min syarri nafsi. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. So today we are going to learn about greatest common divisor or greatest common factor, or we used to call it as faktor persekutuan terbesar, and least common multiple, or we used to call it as kelipatan persekutuan terkecil. But before we learn about GCD and LCM, we are going to learn about this lesson. First, factor of a number. Second, multiplication of a number. Third, prime factor. And fourth, factorization. Okay, let's go to the first, factor of a number. Number A can be called as factor of number B if A can divide B without a remainder. For example, 6 is a factor of 12 because 6 can divide 12 without a remainder. As we know, 12 divided by 6 is 2 and it has no remainder. Okay, to help you understand it better, let's go to the next example. Find out the factor of number 12. We can use the multiple of two numbers that has 12 as a result. Let's start by 1. 1 times blah 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 is 12. 1 times 12. And then 2. 2 times blah 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 is 12. 2 times 6. And then 3. 3 times blah 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 is 12. 3 times 4. And because multiplication is reversible, so 3 times 4 is same as 4 times 3. So we can just write it down here and just reverse it. So 2 times 6 as same as 6 times 2. And 1 times 12 is same as 12 times 1. So we get that factor of number 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, that's all for factor of a number. Let's go to the multiplication of a number. Multiplication of a number is a multiple of a number with natural number. For example, I want to find multiplication of 6. I multiply 6 with 2. 2 is natural number. So 6 times 2 is 12. 12 is multiplication of 6. It is the first example. Let's go to the second example. Find out the multiplication of 7. We start by 1. 1 is natural number. Multiply 1 with the 7 number. 1 times 7 is 7. And then 2. 2 times 7 is 14. And then 3. 3 times 7 is 21. And then 4. 4 times 7 is 28. So we get that multiplication of 7 is 7, 14, 21, and 28, and etc. It is allowed if you want to write it more, but I will only show you until 4 multiplication. Okay, that's all multiplication of a number. Let's go to the third, prime factor. Prime factor is factor of a number that is also included as a prime number. For example, before we've got the factor of number 12, and we are going to find prime factor of number 12. Factor of number 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, let's start with 1. Is 1 a prime factor? No, because it can only be divided by 1. So it is not a prime factor. And then we can eliminate it. So let's go to the 2. Number 2. Is 2 a prime factor? Prime number is a number that only can be divided by 1 and its own self, that is 2. Because the number is 2, so its own self is 2. 2 can only be divided by 1 and 2. So it is right that 2 is a prime factor. Okay, let's go to number 3. Is 3 a prime factor? Yes, because 3 can only be divided by 1 and 3. So 3 is a prime factor. Okay, let's go to the number 4. Is 4 a prime number? No, because it can be divided by 1, 2, and 4. So it has more than 2 factors. So 4 has more than 2 factors. Okay, so we can eliminate 4. Okay, let's go to the 6. Is 6 a prime factor? No, because 6 can be divided by 1, 2, 3, and 6. So it is not a prime factor. And then let's go to the 12. Is 12 a prime factor? Of course not, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 as a prime factor. So we can eliminate 12. So we got that the prime factor of 12 is 2 and 3. Okay, that's all prime factor. Let's go to the fourth, factorization. To find factorization of a number, we can use these steps. First, divide the number with 2 and repeat if it's possible. And then the second step is divide that number with 3 and repeat if it's possible. And then third step is divide that number with 5. Repeat if it's possible. And then 7, etc. The number we use to divide is the prime number 2, 3, 5, 7, etc. Okay, let's go to the example. Find factorization of number 12. First, write down number 12 here. Write down the number 12 here. Okay, and then step 1, divide that number with 2. Divide 12 with 2. Write down 2 in the left side. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Write down the result in the right side. And then divide that number with 2 and repeat if it's possible. Is it possible if we divide 6 with 2? Yes, it is possible. So, divide it again with 2. Write down the 2 in the left side and then write down the result in the right side. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 is the last because 3 is a prime number. We cannot divide it anymore. So, it has finished, and factorization of 12 is this and this. Factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3, or we can write it as 2 over 2 times 3. This is factorization. Okay, I hope you've understood all of these 4 lessons. Okay, I think you are ready to learn about greatest common divisor and least common multiple. First, we are going to learn about greatest common divisor, or we used to call it as faktor persekutuan terbesar. Greatest common divisor of FPB. Greatest common divisor is factor of 2 numbers that is same and has greatest value. Two numbers or more. So the key is in same and greatest value. It is the keyword. So the keyword is in same and greatest value. Okay, for the example, let's find the GCD of 12 and 24. Factor of 12 is 1, 2, 3, and 12. And then factor of 24 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Okay, this is factor of 12, and then this is factor of 24. First, find the common factor of 12 and 24. Common factor is factor that is same from both numbers. So, common factor is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And then, find the greatest value of the common factor. The greatest value is 12. So, we got that GCD or FPB of 12 and 24 is 12. This is the GCD of 12 and 24. Okay, I'll give you more example, but now let's go to the least common multiple first. I will erase it. Least common multiple or kelipatan persekutuan terkecil is a multiple of two numbers that is same and has least value. Two numbers or more Okay, let's go to the example. Find out the least common multiple of 6 and 8. First, find out the multiple of number 6. Multiple of 6, I've showed you how to find it. First, 1 times 6 is 6. And then 2 times 6 is 12. And then 1, 2, 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. And then 4 times 6 is 24, etc. This is the multiple of number 6. Let's go to the multiple of number 8. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. And then 3 times 8 is 24. And then 4 times 8 is 32, etc. And then find out the same multiplication of 6 and 8. The same multiplication is 24. And find out the least value of the common multiplication. Find the least value of the common multiplication of these two numbers. 24 is the common multiplication that has the least value. So, we got that least common multiple or KPK from 6 and 8 is 24. Actually, if you write it more than 24, so if we can continue it, we'll find the same value, we'll find the common multiplication of this 6 and 18. Okay, let's try it. 5 times 6 is 30. And then 6 times 6 is 36. And then 7 times 6 is 42. And then 8 times 6 is 48. And then it starts with 5. 5 times 6, 5 times x is 40. And then 6 times 8 is 48. So the common multiple of 6 and 8 is 48 and 48. But we just ask to find the least common multiple. And the least common multiple from both two numbers, 6 and 8, is 24. So it is eliminated. It is eliminated. So we find that the least common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. Okay, I think that's all for today. See you in the next meeting. In the next meeting, we are still going to learn about greatest common divisor and least common multiple. I will show you some of the methods that can be used to find the greatest common divisor and least common multiple. Because there are some methods, not only one, but there are some methods, and I will show you in the next meeting. Okay, that's all for today. Before we end this meeting, let's pray together. Pray begin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Amin. That's all for today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you in the next meeting.